Some problems in college football seem to have no easy solution, whether it's the Riemann hypothesis, wicket problems, or sticky wickets like the winter transfer portal windows. Coaches like Steve Sarkisian from Texas and Lane Kiffin from Mississippi have been vocal about how the portal disrupts postseason play, and they have a point. The portal opened on December 9th and closes for new entries on December 28th, giving players just 20 days to decide whether to stay or go. Players on playoff teams get an additional 5 days to enter the portal after their season ends, which means some players have already left their teams before the season ends. Take Duke starting quarterback Maalik, who entered the portal last week. He won't play in the Gator Bowl against Ole Miss, leaving Duke with a backup quarterback while they try to secure their 10th win. Lane Kiffin referred to the setup as a dumb system, pointing out how it would never happen in the NFL. At Texas, multiple players have entered the portal before their first-round playoff game against Clemson, including some staying with the team for playoff preparation despite being in the portal. Kiffin and Sarkisian raised the issue of how this transfer window can be as disruptive as free agency in the NFL. But of course, there are key differences. NFL players are under employment contracts, whereas college athletes are still students bound by the academic calendar. This affects the timing of the transfer windows. So what's the solution? Shifting the portal window to after the season would help coaches focus on their national championship pursuits, but it's complicated. Athletes must be enrolled in their new school in time for the next semester, and playoff expansion has stretched the season into the third week of January. For example, Texas spring semester starts on January 13th, just 1 week before the national championship game, while Ole Miss begins on January 21st, the day after the title game. Another option is eliminating and consolidating the winter transfer window into April. This would disrupt preparation for the upcoming season and leave us scrambling to fill roster gaps without access to spring practice. Auburn, for example, must replace its starting quarterback and has already added Oklahoma transfer Jackson Arnold. If the transfer window were delayed until April, Arnold wouldn't be eligible for spring practice, a key period for teams like Auburn. Here's a bold idea: eliminate the December transfer window and spring practice. College football could follow the NFL's model, which doesn't feature spring games or practice and focuses on one transfer window after the season. Spring practice would no longer be necessary, and teams could begin preparing for summer workouts in May, as the NFL does with its organized team activities. Eliminating spring practice would give teams more time to focus on recruiting and roster building after the season. Currently, college teams begin spring practice as early as February, making the December transfer period essential. However, removing that window might streamline the process and reduce mid-season distractions. Another area for improvement is the instability created by the current transfer rules, with players leaving mid-season and coaches leaving before their teams are done. For example, Marshall's coach, Charles Huff, left for Southern Mississippi immediately after leading his team to a Sun Belt championship. Coaches are often hired during November and December, long before the postseason begins, which means it's common for coaching changes to happen before the bowl games are over. The current system creates chaos for players and coaches alike, and it's clear there's no simple solution. One thing is for sure: something has to change to create more stability. Combining the elimination of the December transfer window with the removal of spring practice could be a step in the right direction, even if it's not a perfect fix. After all, solving the transfer dilemma is as likely as solving the Riemann hypothesis.